Yeah, I'll get that to you. I'm almost home, actually. Hold on. There's something in the street. I'll give you a call back. There's a car in the street. Hold on. Kids must be playing. I don't see no kids around, though. What the hell's going on? I don't see nobody, but that car's rolling towards my car. It's almost as if somebody saw that Clint Eastwood movie, The Deadpool. Well, out there, and I hope you all enjoyed that little mini movie that was the intro for this review. I want to give a shout out to my son Troy. He helped me set that up and shot most of that for me. We had a lot of fun doing it, and he works cheap. He works for Mini Oreo, so you can't beat that price. I also want to give another shout out to the band of the shirt I am wearing, Dead Leaves. They have allowed me to use their music in my videos, so every intro you hear to my reviews from this point going forward, and a few reviews before this, is their music. You can find those guys on iTunes. They got about 12 or 13 songs on there you can purchase, and there'll be a link down below. You could go to their website and check those guys out. Those guys are awesome, and they're from my home state of Pennsylvania. And we are here to talk about the fifth and final Dirty Harry movie. The movie is called The Deadpool. This film came out 5 years after Sudden Impact. This came out July 13th of 1988. This is the first time a Dirty Harry film was released in the summertime. This is the shortest Dirty Harry film, an hour and 31 minutes long. It had a budget of $31 million, which is the biggest budget of a Dirty Harry film, and unfortunately upon release it only made $37.9. Now this was a pretty quick production. They started filming in February and it was out in July. That's how quickly they made this film. And Buddy Van Horn came in to direct this film. He had directed Clint Eastwood in Any Which Way You Can, the sequel to Any Which Way But Loose, and Pink Cadillac, and he'd worked with Eastwood before as a second unit director and a stunt coordinator. So they were very familiar with each other, and Eastwood picked him because he knew he could shoot this film fast. And we got Clint Eastwood back as Dirty Harry Callahan. We got Patricia Clarkson as Samantha Walker. She is a reporter in San Francisco, very much interested in Dirty Harry. Liam Neeson, young Liam Neeson, as Peter Swan. He is this horror movie director, which most of the killings revolve around. Evan Kim plays Al. He is Dirty Harry's partner in this film. And in his film, he does all his own stunts and all his own martial arts. Whenever that happens, he does it all himself because he was a martial artist back then. And Jim Carrey plays Johnny Squares, and he is lead singer for this rock band, which ends up being Guns N' Roses because they are in the film. Guns N' Roses in this film, and they use Welcome to the Jungle a few times while they're shooting this music video in his meat locker. And like all Dirty Harry films, we're reintroduced to Dirty Harry Callahan, and there's a new killer in San Francisco, and they're killing based on the Deadpool, which, if you're familiar with what it is in real life, people make a list of celebrities they think are going to die. And if that comes true, you win whatever the agreed upon thing is. Well, and the people that are making this movie, which Liam Neeson's the director of, are playing this Deadpool game. But somebody is playing it for real, going out and killing people actually on the list. This is how it gets tied back to Liam Neeson's character. And basically, Harry is just going, we see him doing his police work, and he's still getting in trouble with his superiors. But this time, he's considered a hero of the city because he took down a big-time mob boss. They want him to be more friendly with the press, which he doesn't want to, but that's how he meets Samantha Walker. And they become sweetie on each other and start dating kind of right away. And this movie's only an hour and 30 minutes long, so there's not much time to set that up. They just kind of start dating. And but they don't dwell on that at all because it's basically they got to get the plot moving because, again, they don't have a whole lot of time to get this stuff set up. And we see different people getting killed by this mysterious figure, which we never see his face until the end, until the third act. And they think it's Liam Neeson's character at first, and Harry knows it's not him. It just doesn't make sense. And then finally, towards the end of the film, I'm skipping over a lot of stuff. We'll talk about some of the stuff during the film in a minute. Harry, they find out that this guy used to stalk Liam Neeson's character, and he had an injunction against him to keep him away from him. Well, they find out that he was a schizophrenic that was being treated at the hospital in San Francisco, but they let him go, and he's the one that's killing people. And we don't see his face till the end, till he kidnaps Samantha Walker, and Dirty Harry has to go save her and kill him at the end of the film with a big-ass harpoon gun, and that's the end of the Deadpool. Now, this film is notable for one, especially because I played to it in my little intro mini-movie. The Radio RC car is in this film. There's actually a chase scene. We see the car twice. The killer uses the car to assassinate this one guy. He's getting ready to leave to go play tennis, and he drives the RC car under his car, and he has it loaded with C4, and he blows it up. And there's a car chase about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way through the film with Al and Harry in the car, and the RC car chases him through the street of San Francisco, and it actually does blow up because Al gets hurt, but Harry is fine. So it's a pretty cool little chase scene. Now, there's a lot of things that could go wrong with somebody using an RC car to try to assassinate somebody, especially chasing them through the streets of San Francisco, potholes, somebody kicking the damn thing because the thing goes on the sidewalk through this crowd of people. There's another car running it over. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. So obviously it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is a pretty cool sequence nonetheless if you just let your disbelief go and go along with the scene. It's still a pretty cool kick-ass chase scene, and it's a little inventive as well. Yes, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but if you're going along with the movie, you'll enjoy it. It's a pretty cool and effective chase scene with an RC car. Who knew it could be cool doing that? And the killer himself, that's probably just the setup of why he's killing people, how he's doing it off this Deadpool list is pretty cool. And there's definitely horror elements to this film, not just from when Jim Carrey's, they're filming this music video in this meat locker, and they have like a dummy as a homage to Linda Blair from The Exorcist in it. And there's a lot of horror movie lighting in this film as well. But I thought they could have pushed it a little bit more. I think it's because the movie's so short, they just didn't get to it. I think they could have set up these kills a little bit more, made them even scarier if they wanted to go that route. As it is, the kills are pretty good. I mean, this killer is a sick psychopath for sure, but the killer is not that interesting. We don't even see his face till the end, and he's really not set up earlier in the film at all. Like, we don't know anything about this guy until 3/4 of the way through the film when we found out that he was like a mental patient, but they let him go. And that Liam Neeson's character had a problem with him and had to have an injunction put against him, keep him away from him. So they don't really set him up too much till the end. And then we see him, he has Patricia Clarkson's character hostage at this warehouse, and he wants to film this little movie with her. And he gives this diatribe about, she's the problem. And basically this guy thinks he is Liam Neeson's character, but he's not. That's how psycho this guy is. And Harry ends up killing him, so they don't really set up this bad guy as much. We don't really get to know him, and he's not really that interesting besides he's a sick son of a bitch. Other than that, you don't really get to know him that well. So that was the one thing with the later on. After the first two films, the bad guys get less and less interesting. Although I think Sudden Impact's a fabulous film. I think all the films are really good. Even this one, I enjoy it. It's just the bad guys drag the points down a little bit. And I think the movie's so short, we really don't get to spend enough time with some of these characters. Like even Dirty Harry's relationship with Samantha Walker. It's just kind of like they're at odds with each other, then all of a sudden they're smitten on each other. And it's just the way it is through the rest of the film. And it's so short that you don't get a chance to even breathe with these characters and get to know anything about them. But as a pure action film, there's some good action scenes in this. Clint Eastwood's fantastic. All the actors are great here. There's some really cool action scenes. The RC car chase is really cool if you just, let your disbelief go and just go along with the scene. It's a pretty damn cool scene. And overall, I still enjoy this film. This is definitely my least favorite Dirty Harry film, but it's still a fun one. I would give this one a 7 out of 10 for the Deadpool. A 7 out of 10 for the Deadpool. Have you ever seen this film? Leave a comment down below, let me know. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video. I greatly would appreciate that. I will be back later in the week with A Perfect Weapon, because I've been getting requests for that one, and I'm going to do a horror film at the end of the week. I don't know what that is, and I'll do a Dirty Harry ranking video coming up within the next 4 or 5 days. But we made it through all 5 films. I hope you've enjoyed this review series, and I will be back soon. Take care of yourselves. I'm just going to leave you with bye.